Day one of me raising me while raising them. I've spent a weekend reflecting on a lot of things and just came to a place of where I realized like how you do one thing is how you do everything. And for me, how I do one thing is how I do everything led to people pleasing. So literally in every space, in every situation, I was either doing or not doing things and it circled back to people pleasing. What that created is me devaluing myself. I wasn't necessarily pleased. I wasn't happy. I was in situations fighting to be seen, fighting to be heard, fighting to be seen as valuable, fighting for my accomplishments to be celebrated just like everyone else's, especially when I felt like my accomplishments like really led to some big change. All of those things. And they all spilled over into motherhood. And so as a mom, I'm finding myself doing the same thing. Like wanting, not necessarily because I have a platform and I'm building a platform and not because I am passionate about parenting, but I found myself like not even creating content really that aligned with what I'm trying to do here. And that's all because I would get in my head about it. Like, will people like this? Is this, what will people say if I, start to share these things? And so today, I'm like, F it. It's about to be a series. So buckle up. So over the weekend, the biggest thing that I'm realizing is when it comes to people pleasing, I'm thinking about how often I've wanted to be valued and have that value reciprocated. So the way in which I love, the way in which I work, the way in which I show up in a lot of spaces is giving. It's natural to me. I'm a natural giver, natural connector. And I realized today when I was on Facebook, there was a post and it said, we listen and we don't judge, entrepreneur edition. And then there was a like we listen and we don't judge, like motherhood edition, parenting edition, all of that, right? But today's edition really like opened my eyes. The entrepreneur edition really made me think about how I know like I'm supposed to build something. I know that I am supposed to have a business. I know that it is supposed to serve the collective and a certain group of the collective. And I know I didn't realize that that was parents until having kids 3 years ago, my first child 3 years ago. And so now that I know that and I'm rooted in that, it's very natural and easy for me to talk about parenting, particularly the things I don't really see a lot of people talking about. And I'm realizing like I have spent all this time with other businesses building platforms and helping folks and sharing and like just naturally I'm like, you are my friend, I love you, I care about you. You talking about something, I'm finna share it. You like something, I'm finna share it. You recommended somebody else, I'm sharing it, like point blank period, to the point of even going to people's pages where I knew they were creating content and watching their videos on a loop so that they could get their views up naturally. And I wouldn't tell them that that's what was happening, right? And I know that you might think that my like 20 videos like maybe didn't move the marker, but like maybe it did. For all I know, I don't know, right? Maybe it did. And hoping that somebody would reciprocate in some way, shape, or form for me, and realizing it wasn't happening like that. Was I hurt? Yeah. Am I gonna go reach out to all those people and be upset? No. I'm not everyone's like source for information. Everyone's not my target market. Everyone's not my customer, right? Everyone's not meant to be in that particular community space that I'm trying to build with me, right? So, but it hurts. I'm a whole human being. So what I did in business, particularly businesses before I had this platform and this podcast, is try to create things that people said they wanted. And people would legitimately ask me for like skincare products and I would go make them and then they wouldn't buy them. So I'm like spinning my wheels, stressing myself out. And how that carried over into motherhood is the same thing. Consuming content, listening to what other people are saying, trying to take on all the recommendations of experts and things like that. And I knew that doesn't really apply to my situation. It doesn't apply to my household. It doesn't apply to my children and their needs and their age and where we live and my income level and my household structure and my relationships. That like it doesn't apply. And yet I was doing it because I was worried about what other people would say or think if they knew that I was doing something different. That ends today. Today, I'm going down the journey of not being a martyr. I just I want my kids to say I was a good mom, that I am a good mom. And in that means I'm like raising myself while raising them. So I'm going to be talking on this series about how I'm just like raising the bar for myself, how I am changing things for myself. I don't know what this will become, but essentially every day I'm gonna come on here and tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between about raising myself and raising them. You may not see them. I do want to protect my children, so you may not see them every day. Definitely won't be sharing their intimate moments. This is about me, and hopefully this is relatable to somebody. So today's message truly is, if you are on a journey of just trying to be happy with yourself as a parent, I hope that this is inspiring. Follow along.